So what's up, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm here to teach you how you can crimp your own Cat5 cables. So in your end result it will look like this, but you'll be able to do at whatever footage you want to do it at. So these are what we call easy fittings. Just go ahead and let me get the... So what easy fittings are is that basically instead of them, I'm going to go ahead and pull some out. There's one. And there's two. These easy fittings will basically allow you to, instead of having to, line these up correctly, line this up about a ½ inch in all, just like the old ways, it will the pairs will actually go straight through the cable, and you can just cut off the ends of them, so you can make a perfect. As you can see, if you look at this one, this is actually not bought by a store. This is actually made by me. It's going to be a perfect cable for you to use. This is Cat5E is what I'm using. You can also do the same thing with Cat6 and all the other ones. They should all be the same. So if you look right here on my tool by Klein tools, this is the specialized tool in order to actually use these specific clips. So if you have the old style where it doesn't pass through, you'll need to get a new tool in order to get it to work. So this will actually strip the actual cable, and it will crimp it too. It will also work for RJ-11 and RJ-45, both of them. Obviously RJ-45, but I'm also stating that it can work for RJ-11 too. So yeah. So if you're doing phone lines, you can also do phone lines with this also. So all we got to do is just go ahead and start stripping this down. We're going to put it right here. Strip it down as much as we can. And then there we go. That's stripped away. We're also going to have to strip away both sides also. So this is just a little string that we can just ignore. So we go ahead and separate each pair away from each other. And if you don't know what order it's supposed to be in, if you look on this tool, it will tell you what order it's supposed to be in. So you start with, hold on, turn this around. If you start with orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, and brown, white, brown. When I say brown, white, it's striped brown and striped whatever other color it is. So we just separate each pair away from each other. We have to make sure each pair is separated and straightened out so that when it goes into the actual connector, it will get a good crimp. And also because if it's not straight, it will not go in correctly. So no matter what connectors you get, you're always going to have to do this, which I've tried. I've done research. There is no way of avoiding it. You're going to have to separate each one. So we got orange, white, orange. Then you go green, white right here. Line that up with the orange, white, orange. And you just keep going down the line until you get each and every single one pair together. And then here's blue, and then blue, white, and then orange, and then brown, white, and then brown. And you all line them up all together. Put them in here. Make sure that they're all lined up. And once you push them all the way in, you can confirm to make sure they're all the same. Okay, I'm just making sure they're all the same, and yep, they are. Push it all the way through. As you can see, like, there's actual leftovers on this, so what you do, you get your crimper, put it into the crimper. You gotta put it securely in. You gotta actually have all the pairs come through the other side. And then you push it all the way in. Okay, and if we look on the other side, here's the rest of it. If we push down on the crimper, it starts cutting it. Cutting what's left over. Obviously there'll be a 2 slags, maybe 3 slags left over. And if we want, you can go ahead and crimp it again just to make sure. perfect one. So you do the same thing on the other side, and well, that's how you crimp your cable. So I'll go ahead and do it again just so that I can show you guys how to do it. We just go ahead and strip this down, which that didn't strip right. All right, let's try again. I keep slipping, that's the reason why it keeps happening. Okay, there we go. And then you can also use the manual release because this is a little tight on the cable. There we go. Alright, so we just go ahead and separate each one of these. Make sure you don't puncture with the when you strip the cable. Make sure you don't puncture it because you don't want to end up having an open line. It will cause issues, so make sure you don't do that. So we straighten these out. This is just the easiest way to straighten them out. I actually make my own cables. I don't buy them from the store anymore because I buy a 1,000-foot spool. And after I buy that 1,000-foot spool, I don't ever have to rely on buying them from the store. I'll just make my own. I mean, I get it for the people who want to make their own, and some people don't want to spend the amount of money required in order to get all the tools to do this. I'm actually going to see if I can, because there's string right here, and I kind of want to like get rid of it. I'm probably just going to leave it. So this string, don't worry about it. I believe it's just meant for fishing the wire through. This string right here, it's actually quite durable, but I believe it's meant for fishing the wire through walls. I'm not exactly too certain what it's for, but if anyone knows, just leave in comments on what it's for. So we just straighten this out. Orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, which is solid green, and then brown, white, brown. Let me straighten that out. There's two different types of RJ-45. There's T568B and then T568A. Now you're going to want to use B, not A, which are the two chronological orders that they're going to be in. Alright, it's not going in. Now, as you see, if you don't straighten it out, it won't go in. So we're going to use this stripper to cut a little bit of it. The reason why we're cutting a little bit of it is so that we can straighten these out. Now before I didn't have to, because they're already pretty straight. Make sure that they're straight. Okay. Looks like that they're still in order. No, they're not. They keep losing their order, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it from closer. Let's double check to make sure they're all in order. Push it all the way through. Okay, let's see what we got. Yes, they're all in order. Okay. You just have to make sure that they're all in perfectly good order. You get the crimper. Put it in. Now this is a nice crimper. This is actually a really nice crimper to be using in comparison to the other brands. Klein Tools is actually the company that supplies cable installers their tools. Now, the cable installers also use Cable Prep. Not only just Klein Tools, but they also use Cable Prep, Netscope, Aris, DSAM. They use a whole bunch of other different companies, but this is how you make your own cable. Obviously, it's pretty small, so you'd only use it as a jumper from a modem to maybe a router, and that's about it. But anyways, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you want to know how to do more cool things, and I'll see you guys on the next one.